Breaking news, new details in an officer-involved shooting in Donelson late last night that sent a gunman to the hospital. News Channel 5's Dan Kennedy is outside the restaurant where this all went down. And so, Dan, the suspect was actually making threats against his former boss.
Yeah, I used to work here at Uncle Bud's restaurant in Donelson, making threats according to employees who heard it all go down. And this is where he was shot in this, actually it was the drive-through of this bank parking lot, but not 50 yards away is where this restaurant's located and where police say the suspect, Jordan Martell Agnew, fired several shots into the building, including this one that's still labeled this morning by some of the crime scene investigators who remained out here throughout the evening. He was shot about 8 o'clock last night. Again, identified this morning as 26-year-old Jordan Martell Agnew. He's now at Vanderbilt University Medical Center. He went into surgery and he's expected to be okay. So let me break this all down for you. This all started about 4 o'clock yesterday when they say Agnew came to Uncle Bud's where he used to be employed. He was fired here last month. He told employees he wanted to speak with the manager, but they told him instead to leave. Employees were able to convince Agnew to leave. He did, and then they called police. Now, because of the nature of these serious threats he was making to shoot the manager, according to police stayed nearby. And several hours later, sure enough, 8 o'clock, Agnew came back. That's when he fired several shots at the building, and police confronted him. Here's what happened next.
He confronted this gunman. He ordered the gunman to drop his weapon. He refused. In fact, according to the sergeant, continued to hold the gun in a ready position. At that point, the sergeant fired on the gunman in defense of himself and in defense of the individuals who were still in Uncle Bud's.
50-year-old Sergeant Jeff Goodwin is the man identified this morning. The officer who shot him, he has been on the force for 28 years. He is on routine administrative assignment while they investigate that shooting. Back out here live this morning, Uncle Bud's will be open a little later with pretty much all evidence gone except for this bull hole that there ever was a shooting here. We're also learning more about the suspect who was out on bond at the time of the shooting. Last month, according to police, he was charged with felony evading, leaving the scene of a crash, a hit and run, and driving on a suspended license. So in addition to those charges he's already facing, this morning he'll also be charged in relation to the shooting. Reporting live this morning in Donelson, Dan Kennedy, News Channel 5.